Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn from A Bit of Birds Hollow. I'm going to put you on the camera stand, but I wanted you to know that I'm wearing my Star Trek socks from the Dollar Tree. I hope everybody is doing well this morning. I hope everybody is having the best day possible. Every day is such a gift. I'm in the mood to create a really distressed, layered page this morning. I've got a couple of protective sheets of paper. These are from a file folder that I'm going to put under here because I'm planning to make a mess today. And while I do like sometimes having the ink and stuff run to other pages, I'm going to try to contain some of this. Alrighty, yesterday I was having so much fun with this technique of distressing the pages with some material that is meant to go between a rug and the floor to keep it from sliding around. This came from the Dollar Tree and I just cut a piece out. And then I have a bottle of imitation vanilla extract from the Dollar Tree. It has a beautiful color and it smells great. So I am going to just spray the page and then dry it with my hair dryer while I drink my coffee. Maybe you can already tell I am just wanting to go with a very grungy, sort of neutral might be a good word, palette. I've got brown, black, antique linen. I've got my distress crayons and of course my spray stain, the vanilla. I love the way this looks. I think it's hard for you to really see when the camera is on its stand how pretty this is. And I know that this is definitely not showing you the colors and how pretty they are. It looks a lot darker on the screen to me than it does in real life right here. Look at the ink. Yep, I'm definitely not going for manicured nails today. I am in the mood for some circles. I was inspired by an article in Somerset Studio. The artist is Lynn Moncrief, and I've seen her work featured many times over the years. Let's get a few smaller ones. What I'm doing now is just distressing the edges of these circles a little bit. Not doing it on the actual journal page. I could do that, but I wanted to try it here first because of course it's going to leave some circles behind, and I don't know that I want that necessarily on the page. I am going to smudge these a little bit. I like that. For now, let's just distress these a little bit. I'm actually going to lay these on here to dry because I don't mind if we get some more stain on the page. I went inside and grabbed a few printed images. These are things that I've scanned from my ephemera, and a lot of these go directly into my Patreon account. So all of the patrons at all levels have access to all of these digitals. I list these in my Etsy shop as well. Like if you just want one thing, you can get that. The Patreon account has access to everything. And I know I want an image for the page. I don't think I want these. I want it to be mostly browns, you know, sepia, black, and white. So I'm not going to use this one, but I do love this. I think I do want the Eiffel Tower in the background. And I really like her. I know she's got, there's another hand over the top of this image, but that's not going to be a problem. We can put a circle or something over that if we need to. Yes, I like her. Okay, so that's kind of neat to layer that. Let's just see. I know I'm going to make some word stamps, but I think I want to do a little bit more on the page. Okay, so the trick with this stamp that I made, it has to be pretty damp to get an image. I do like it though. It inspires me to try to make more things like this. So maybe we will go ahead and just try to get the rest of the liquid off of this and the ink in the center there. So we've stamped Paris there. I definitely want to stay with this color theme, the grungy sort of brown and black, and I'm going to go through my stamps and pull out some things that I think would be pretty on this page, and then we will narrow it down. All right, I found a couple of things that I like. I might just put that over there. I kind of like them all together. One thing I love to do is put these little postmarks on a page. I definitely like these black marks around the edge of the circle. I am wondering what happens when one of these gets sprayed. Ooh, that's pretty. So you can see things like that start making the really beautiful marks. This is what gives more and more depth and layers to the page. Ooh, I love the way these look now. I think I blew one of my circles away. Oh, there it is. I just love this background. I love the color palette, or this neutral palette, I should say. I love the layers we're starting to develop, all of the stains. I do want some sort of writing, and I debated if I wanted to, you know, write something myself or use a stamp. I do have some script stamps. I think I may use a combination of things. That is torn from one of the digitals, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue that into place. I think I like it like that. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's almost like a moon. And then I do like a big circle on this side. So we're going to save these for something else. Could even cut one in half and put it at the edge of a page. I like that. Okay, because that kind of gives it, it's three things and it's just kind of balances that out. And we're going to probably put ink or something there. We don't really have to put anything there. And I could probably take even a Sharpie. There, you don't really even notice the other hand there. There's something about this area here. Ooh, I like her. One of the reasons I love these art journals so much, these are the ones that I make and put the heavy mixed media paper into, or it's watercolor paper. After all that I've done on this, even though the paper is a little bit crinkled, none of that came through. Now, I've done some things on this page prior to today But this is really nice paper to work on, and then you can start adding flip out pages with masking tape and things like that. So these are just, to me, this is just my favorite way to art journal. So let's go ahead and get this glued into place. All right, I want to put the date on here. I want to put 1882. So I just need to decide what I want to use to write that with. I don't really want to use a distress crayon. Kind of just going to put 1882 like that with the Sharpie. I know I want to get some white onto the page. And I think I want to put some over part of this to kind of dial back that sort of green tint, and maybe some over this circle as well. I cut out a smaller piece of this, and I'm just going to put some white paint out. Oops, probably way too much. Okay, stay where you are. Let's spread that out so it's not going to run away too much. And I think we're just going to use this like a stencil brush. Stencil brushes, you know, are flat on the ends so that the bristles don't run up under the actual stencil. I think this is going to work okay. I'm basically just putting that paintbrush down in the center of some of these holes in this material. And I'm just going to try to do a random shape here to make it seem organic. I don't want it to be a square. Trying to get a feel for how much I've covered up. Yeah, I like that. The part that I got paint on, let's take this over here then and get the rest of that paint. Ooh, I love it. Patterns, that's just, you know, it's fun to make just random marks, but using an object to make patterns, that's just something special. I wonder what would happen if we put a circle around the moon. Should I do it? I better test it out first. Oops. Hello. I'm being so sloppy. That's okay. I knew it was going to pick it up. No, I think I like it like that. It's more dramatic. That was a neat sort of thing there. Just give us a little mark. Maybe I could do it on that one. Yeah, okay, I like it there. One of my favorite Dollar Tree finds that I failed to mention in my video yesterday, stencils. So the Dollar Tree has some amazing stencils. I'm not always this careful, you all know that, but I'm hoping to just really get the outline of this balloon. Well, the ink did run a tiny bit, and I wanted definitely that outline, so I came back with just a pencil. What is this? It's just a pencil, some kind of pencil, and made very faint lines inside of that, inside the, you know, the stencil. I did get out of the lines a couple of times. You have to just, you know, if you push against those little delicate parts of the stencil, they're going to move and you're going to, you know, not get a good outline. But we're going to just erase part of this anyway so that it doesn't feel so contrived. I want it to be organic. I did want enough pencil marks to bring out the ink that did kind of take from that stencil. And I like that. I pulled out a rusty safety pin. One of the things I love about journaling like this is that you have this beautiful fabric, you know, that you can hook things to. Where do I want it though? This is the final art journal spread, and I truly love the way it turned out. I looked up some quotes from the 1800s and came across this amazing quote. "I hate to hear you talk about all women as if they were fine ladies instead of rational creatures. None of us want to be in calm waters all our lives." Jane Austen. I wondered what I was going to do with some of the really small buttons from this container I bought at the Dollar Tree. I took 3 of the small ones and sewed them onto this card. It's like a little button card because part of the theme of this page is fashion from 1882. On the back, I just distressed it up and stamped some letters. I love this stamp. I didn't do such a clear job. It says New Perfection, New Perfection, Building, Michigan, USA. That's a 2005 Stampin' Up! Stamp. I love that. We did add the white. There's a lot of distressing. The circles are a theme throughout the entire page, and I think it's tied all together really nicely. I love bringing in quotations. It's so much fun some nights just to grab an art journal from the shelf out here, take it in, sit on the couch with it, and flip back through and see all of the beautiful pages. And it's really wonderful to have quotations, little bits of history, memories, things that you don't want to forget about. It's sort of like a commonplace book, but it's scattered all throughout your art journals. With that, I'm going to close up the video, straighten up the shop. I've got to go to the post office today, and I will be back really soon. I will be releasing some journals either tomorrow or the next day. So I will be back with more information about that. And I will see you all really soon. Bye for now.